Hi, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Happy Friday. Welcome to month of May. My name is Jasmina. I'm a contemporary modern astrologer. Thank you for being here on my channel. Before I start with the full moon in Scorpio forecast for all the signs, I want to welcome everybody, all the new followers as well. If you don't, if you're not, so just a little few of the housekeeping things. You can visit my website, Jasmina Brozovic, astrology.com for booking a reading, to subscribe to my newsletter, to get monthly forecasts and special discounts on my services. There's also monthly lunar so it's the moon phase planner you can download for free to plan your quarter ahead. All the links are below. Also, I will be doing a speech for ISAR, that's International Society for Astrological Research, on June 15th. So you can register. If you're an ISAR member, it's for free. If you're not, you can register to listen to my talk. The topic will be the art of strategic thinking when Mercury meets Pallas Athena. So I hope you join me there as well. I had to postpone my astrological beginners course for September. So if you're still interested, you can join. Shoot me an email. I think I'm gonna do something over the summer for you guys to understand what is the course all about. But it's going to be like a 8-week course that we are going to go through basic astrology through your own charts. It's going to be personalized. So I think you can benefit from it if you have some astrological knowledge, to go through all the knowledge you have through your chart as well. Okay, so that's it from housekeeping. Today's day is nice. We have Venus and Neptune conjunction in Aries for the first time in our lifetimes. I think it's beautiful. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus anyway, so today they're meeting in Aries. Neptune is all about our dreams, our vision, what we envision for ourselves, and Venus is our desires and passions. So I think they're both in Aries. They're very bold, assertive. They want to act on it. So I think it's a great day that you work on your dreams and visions and make it happen. Yes, beautiful day today. Beautiful. Okay, so let's dive in. This full moon in Scorpio, logistics first, will happen on May 12th, 2025 at 22 degrees and 13 minutes Scorpio. It's going to be around 1 p.m. Eastern time, so please adjust to your time zones. As usual, the most impacted with this full moon will be those fixed signs, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpios, and Leos. And all of you that have significant placements in your chart, your natal placements between 19 and 25 degrees of fixed signs. That's for beginning. Also, this full moon is part of the lunar family. So think about the new moon that occurred on November 13th, 2023, what happened then, and then the first quarter was on December 8th, 2024. So think about those days and what was happening in your life around then. This might come to fruition now, or some things may come up, to the surface. Okay. Again, I do like to mention a Sabian symbol. Sabian symbols are visions from a human, but they give us some kind of different perspective, or something that we can see how can we use this energy. So for this, so every degree of the zodiac, there's 360 degrees, right? So each degree has a symbolic picture attached to it. So for this full moon in Scorpio, it's the symbol for between 22 and 23 degrees of Scorpio, and it's a bunny metamorphosed into a fairy. That was a vision, right? So what this interpretation could mean is transforming your baser instincts, which Scorpio is all about, and I love this. And also refining animal instincts. So I think there's a invitation for us to refine our scorpionic energy, to transform our inner gut, our inner instinct and feeling into magic. If that makes sense. That's how I see this. Very interesting. A bunny metamorphosed into a fairy. Okay. Before I start talk about this new moon, I'm going to share the chart. I made some notes here. I want to talk about Scorpio energy. So the full moon is time of the month when the sun and the moon are in opposition to each other. And moon talks about our needs and our sense of security and what feels where how and where and how do we feel secure, and what we need to feel comforted, emotionally safe. And sun is usually where we want to go. It's our wishes, it's our drive, it's our path in life. So there's kind of like this harmonious way of of where we want to go, where we need to go, and how we emotionally gonna deal with that. Okay, that's the full moon. Full moon is also about celebrating something in your life. It's about revealing. It's putting yourself in a spot. It's about you. It's about you shining out there, right? So there's some kind of celebration involved with any full moon. It can also be about releasing. Like you imagine you were doing something for so long, so strong, and all of a sudden, the pressure is off, right? It's finally done. It's over. So that's also a feeling of a full moon. Okay. So it's not starting something new. It's finishing something and just refining it afterwards before the new cycle starts. So to understand the dynamics in this lunation, we need to understand what does moon in Scorpio wants. I mean, what does it need for to feel safe? What is it longing for? What are the emotional insecurities, maybe, or situations that this moon is not so happy? Okay, so Scorpio moon. I know in astrology it's not the best placement because Scorpionic energy is very intense. It's very deep. So the emotions, can be. It's nothing. It's all but superficial. So you can imagine that our emotions when the moon, with people who have Scorpio moons in their natal charts, the emotions can be really, really intense. You really want to feel that connection on an intimate level, that it can become obsessive and possessive and obsessive at the same time. Okay, because they usually say for Scorpios that they're very jealous and possessive. That's the traits that it's given to Scorpio. It's just that they feel this deep connection with somebody. They don't want to share it with anybody else, right? They feel that this deep connection on an emotional level is something sacred, it's something profound, it's something rare, right? So those are all the feelings we can feel during the Scorpio moon. So imagine now when the sun is shining the light, when the sun is shining the light on the moon, all these things can come up to the surface, all our insecurities, but also the good things, right? So Scorpio moon is a deep researcher. Scorpio moon is very passionate. Scorpio moon has a great intuition and instinct. It can see a lie from far, far away, right? So you cannot lie to a Scorpio moon. Anybody who has a strong Scorpio placement in their chart, they can smell the life from far, far away, right? So it's all about trust with them. So, how do we trust people who are involved? Do we trust our own feelings? Do we trust ourselves? There's a lot of things with Scorpio. Scorpio moon needs that intimacy. They need hugs. They need to feel connected with the other person on the emotional deep level. And what else did I put here? Yeah, so as I mentioned, there's nothing is superficial. As all water signs, because Scorpio is a fixed water, so think about those stale waters, the muddy waters. It's not like Piscean ocean or or rivers. This is like the swamp energy, So it's like a it's that kind of a feeling. So as all water signs, Scorpio can also be passive aggressive. It can use manipulation. Because it's strong psychologists. They are very, very strong psychologists. Understanding the psyche of yourself and others. Yeah. They're also Scorpio energy. They're very magnetic. Something is drawn. You can be drawn to Scorpios very easily, like sucked up into it. They have strong willpower. Traditionally, they're ruled by Mars, so there's this willpower and drive and passion involved with Scorpio. And the modern ruler is Pluto. So there is, going deep and and using your passions. There's no compromise with Scorpio. There's no middle road. It's all or nothing. Yeah. It's understanding, so that there might be they need to they have issues with lightening up or taking it. Everything is very intense and deep, so there's no ease at there's no ease sometimes with the Scorpio moon. Okay. They even find it offensive if you are very superficial with them. It's disrespectful in a way. Okay. Yes. So yeah, so the thing is, the Scorpio moons can understand the dark side of ourselves, of life. They can understand that without the dark there's no light. So they're very good with working with our shadows and like that as well. Very psychological. Yes, working with our psyche and subconscious. Yeah, they can be also very vindictive. So I wouldn't, with Scorpios, you have to be very careful not to betray them, because they might forgive, but they will never forget. They're survivors of the zodiac. I find they're really, really survivors, because they can go through the depths and traumas and crises and come back regenerated and transformed. And not every zodiac sign can do it like Scorpio can. So think about all of that when we think about this Scorpio moon. I wrote this down. I think this was from Steve Judd and his school. I don't want to read this to you, but I think it's very, very interesting. There are 3 types of Scorpio personalities. There's a Scorpio. You have to be very careful with them. They sting first, and then they talk to you. It's like more of a lower vibration Scorpios. They're very obsessed and concerned about power and control, which are also Scorpionic words. Then we have a dove Scorpio. It's loving, gentle, compassionate. They come from the passion, from the position of strength, psychological strength. So even if people put stuff on them, they can come from it on a conscious level much stronger. And then we have an eagle Scorpio. They thrive to inspire others. They seek to try to fly higher and higher, to look for transformative energy of Scorpio. They're all about rebirth. They're living in a pure, cleaner form. So they're more like Pluto-like in a sense. I hope this helps you to understand what is this lunation all about. It's always very important to understand the sign of the moon to get in touch with what is this lunation want from you. And it's a lot of feelings. Every time there is a water moon connected with the sun, there's a lot of feelings, a lot of overwhelming feeling as well. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen now. I wanna share. What did I do? Let me just give me a second, please, to get this all done. Okay. Let me see. So I'm gonna share it for you guys to see what is this. What does this look like? There you go. Okay. So this is the chart of the moon. I might disregard this for a second. Let me do this. Okay, so you're not confused. This is the lunation. I set it up for 0 degrees Aries rising, so disregard the house placement. This is kind of like a world point, so it's for the whole world. What is important? We always want to like to. I always like to look at the who is disposing this moon. It means who rules this moon, and we said it's Mars traditionally, and Pluto as a modern ruler. And they had a very close connection just recently. There was a Mars Pluto opposition that was exact on the 26th of April. So this is happening like 3 weeks later. It's still 8 degrees, but it's separating energy is not that hard, but they're still connected. Okay. What I like that at this point of this lunation, Mars is finally out of his retrograde shadow, which he's out today as I filmed this on May 2nd. So I like that he's going finally faster into the new territory, and he's ready, so he's more alert. I like that. Also, the sun is in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. And what I like about this lunation is that Mars and Venus are in a beautiful trine. There's like a flowing energy between the sun and the moon ruler, which is very important. So this lunation, although it's in a fixed sign, although Scorpio can be very deep and hard, and a lot of things can happen, I feel because of the Mars Venus connection, it's going to be much easier than usual. Okay, so what do we want to do? This is about evoking passion. It's about emotional extremes. Scorpios can get easily hurt. So who can hurt us here? What can happen, right? I think that Taurus is an opposite of Scorpio. Remember how this full moon is always about the opposite sides and our perception and how we perceive others and what is happening on the other side. So Taurus is very slow, very calm, steady. It's not as passionate as Scorpio. So there is like a sense of calming this moon down. Although Venus ruling the sun is in Aries, so there is still a lot of things going on. I don't think this sun is particularly calm as usually Taurus is, but it's about being passionate about something. It's about where our passions are. What are we celebrating with this full moon? Are we in touch with our inner self? And it's very, very interesting full moon. I lost the train of thoughts. Okay, let me go back. So again, as you see this below, elements and modes, you can see below what is the temperament of this full moon, and it's fixed earth energy, so it's very Taurian in a way. There's lots of fire and earth usually don't go together, because fire just is very fast. She wants to burn, she wants to go places. She's very passionate, and earth is more slowly and steady. So we have this push and pull, I think, energy of going somewhere, being passionate, going deep, and then on the other hand, we need to kind of slow down and don't go so fast. So I think this is a topic as well of this full moon. There is not a lot of mutable air energy, so it might be hard to see the other side and the perspective of the opposite side, and which is actually very important for the full moons to understand what is happening on the other side as well. So with fixed energy, it's no budge energy, everybody just pulling their own way. But there's if we put our mind and our passion into something, it can have a long-term great results. Okay. What's important here also is that we have Uranus Sun conjunction. It's not exact; it's going to be exact after this full moon, but Uranus is also then opposing this moon, and because the moon is very fast moving, this is very tight opposition. So. As I mentioned, full moon is about revelations and putting spotlight on things. So don't be surprised to be surprised. This is very some shocking news might come up. Very surprising, shocking full moon in that sense. It can be very restless as well, because when Uranus touches the moon, we are feeling restless. We want to break free from something. It's a change bringer for sure. So there is something, whatever comes up for this full moon is going to have a long-term change. It's going to change for the long term, I feel. Yeah. Even, Scorpio is about extreme, so it could be extreme change. And I know that, Taurus wants stability. I mean, Scorpio also likes things as they are. They don't like changes as well. But this Uranus is really shaking all the fixed signs for the last 7 years. It's really making them move from their sofas and, shaking the couch potatoes to kind of move. So this is another one. And as I said, Mars and Pluto were in opposition. It's also like explosive. So there is like a lot of shaking up explosive energy here. Something exciting. It can be exciting. It can be innovative. It can be breakthroughs, not breakdowns. Yes, that's what I feel for this. It's not the most easy full moon, but I'm thinking it's not that bad, because we have this Mars Venus trine. We have Saturn trining. So Saturn in Pisces here is also trining this moon and sextiling the Sun and Uranus. So there is some kind of stability behind the scenes. So it's not all that shaking up. So Saturn is giving some kind of stability to this Uranus, but Uranus is also shaking up this Saturn. So it's not very, there's like a mutual agreement on, that we need to kind of bend things, maybe not break them. Okay. Yes. What else is happening here? Oh, yeah. So Venus and Neptune, as I mentioned, are exactly conjunct today. They're going to be still talking to each other for a while. So these are the feels, right? But we feel that we need to fight for our dreams, for our passions. So yeah. What I find challenging, so the most challenging thing, I think everything else looks kind of okay, but I mentioned, yes, Scorpio energy, yes, it's very fixed, yes, it's, but I think the most challenging aspect is this Pluto as a modern ruler of this moon squaring Mercury in Taurus, and they're only 2 minutes apart, so it's a very exact square. So it is so I feel that there might be some issues with communicating. So, and things will come up that you will need to communicate about. That's, usually for full moons, we are forced to, say something or do something, external situations are brought to surface. And because of that, the importance of I cannot highlight the importance of communication here. In a positive way, Mercury Pluto can be all about research, finding the truth, finding hidden things. I do feel that we might hear a lot of secrets or something come up with Uranus and Sun together, Uranus opposing the moon, and with Mercury Pluto square. I do feel that we might hear a lot of shocking news, secrets coming out, being revealed, surprising, and because it can be also regarding money, because Taurus and Scorpio is about money as well. So it can be money related, but it can also be related with sex, to be honest, or with intimacy or relationships. Moon is very close to Juno. and Juno is about marriages and committed relationships. So we might hear about some breakups, maybe many of the relationship will experience breakups at this point. And that can be, this is where the survivor mode comes in from Scorpio, surviving the breakup. Okay. So that can be a topic as well. I think whatever happens, it will shake us up, but will long term it will bring stability. So that's kind of, it's going to feel like too much, but it's for the better at the end, if that makes sense. Okay, or we might experience some crises. I feel the relationship will be the topic, or money in the relationships, stuff like that. Yeah. So just try to embrace this energy. It's about maybe connecting with your intuition and your BS filters, and leaning more on that to find out the truth. I think because a lot of truth will come out from this. A lot of things that were hidden, or so it's all about regaining trust. Who can you trust? Who can so there's a lot of things are going to happen around that. Anyway, I'm gonna go now through all 12 signs. Oh, I wanted to try something else, just for fun, to see the dial. This is the Uranian dial, and the way the dial works, it's a little bit complicated, but we can see that there's Saturn. This is the world point. It's very important. Neptune is there, so there's some kind of dissolving the boundaries. Neptune is definitely softening up this Saturn, but also Saturn is bringing some structure into realizing our dreams. So there's like a connection between that. That's on this side up. Then we're going to go on the 45. So I would consider this Poseidon, also on this axis. This is Uranian axis. Poseidon is also bringing light in our lives. So I do definitely feel that this will bring some kind of truth, or some kind of information, or something will come up to the surface. Some kind of secret, something will come into the light for sure. Yes. So Poseidon is also, because we have Neptune and Poseidon opposing each other, and they have similar energy. So it's about strengthening our spirituality. It's about dreams and visions, having clear dreams and visions. This is like Poseidon can clear them up. So I think, and this is in Aries, I think we're going to have a clearer vision of how we go. Very interesting. Here we don't have nothing. That's just here. But on the other side, we have this, because I mentioned that Pluto Mercury square is strong, and this is, I think, volcano. Yes, this is Vulcanus. This is also trans-Neptunian here with there. Vulcanus, you can see it by the name. It's all about volcano, right? So it's about explosion. It can be very destructive. So I think the communication can be destructive for this full moon. So just watch out how do you communicate things. It can be really, saying something that you cannot take back anymore. That's the feeling I have for this lunation. So that can be, and remember, Scorpios can sting. So with the words, so it can hurt, so it can really, really hurt. But it's about survival power. Anyway, it's a lot of things, this volcanoes. So that's another thing that is happening here, which I find interesting. Okay, I just wanted to mention that for I think it was an interesting thing. Okay, this was quick. Let me go and now do the charts for. Do the wheel for everybody. Here's my wheel for all the signs quickly. Okay, there it is, my magic wheel. Thanks. I want to really thank London School of Astrology for giving me this wheel to use for my lives. If you didn't check London School of Astrology, please go on their website, create an account, free account. So many free things about astrology there. London School of Astrology is run by Frank Clifford. He now purchased the Mountain Astrologer, the very prestige magazine. So there's on the dashboard you can find some free articles from older TMA magazines. So beautiful, a great resource if you want to expand your astrology knowledge. They didn't sponsor me, I just love them, and I currently their school enrolled anyway. So okay, let's go with Aries. Where is the moon? Where is the sun? I'm gonna put Venus is here, and I'm just gonna go like this. I'm not gonna put all the planets in, but let's go. What will this mean for Aries risings? I think because Mars is ruling your sign, and Mars is ruling this lunation, and Aries Scorpio energy, as you see, they have nothing in common. We call this the in conjunction. So this is not the easiest energy to understand because they have nothing in common. The elements are different, the polarities are different, the modalities are different. So there's always some kind of agitation or irritation with Aries Scorpio, understanding Scorpio. Okay, the common thing they have in common is the ruler Mars, so that's always something to keep in mind. And so the sun is shining the light on your shared resources, the money coming from your partner. So there might be some news about that. It's also about your investments. So as I mentioned, because Uranus is here, and we have Juno here. I just want to put this here. So Juno is about, so if you have any long-term contracts, financial contracts, financial agreements, even with your partner, some things can come up here with the financial institutions, banks, insurance companies. I feel there are some kind of shocks, revelations, unexpected, surprising things might happen as well. The 8th house is a natural, of course, Scorpio house, so it's related also to taxes, to inheritance, who else, to whatever money you have invested. Yeah, I think this may be very much connected with that. Mars is in the 5th house, so this will bring together the 5th and the 8th. This can be something, again, something coming up with your kids. Maybe you have like a money set up for your kids, like maybe they have a school for scholarship fund, or you have set up something. So there might be some news about that, or you have money invested for your kids for the future. This can be a topic for this lunation. I think it's going to be a lot about money for you specifically, especially the money you have tied up long term. Juno is involved here. So whatever you have, like maybe you have some money tied up and you can't get, and you're earning interest on it. So then that might be some kind of situation with that as well. On a psychological level, it could be, how strong are your long-term relationships? How psychologically strong do you feel within your relationships, one-on-one relationships? That can be a topic as well. Uranus with the sun here can suggest that you might have some unexpected expenses as well, maybe regarding your kids or your hobbies, or your, if you're self-employed, something with that, with your self-employment, that can also happen. I think what is the invitation for this lunation is, even whatever happens, whatever crisis and trauma can happen, because it's happening in your 8th house, you will go through it, you will push through it, You will survive. It's getting informed and researching about your finances. Maybe you should hire a financial advisor. I'm just thinking because it has a potential, as I mentioned in the beginning, right? Trying to Saturn, potential stability. Um, I just feel that some of the contracts might come to an end, like financial contracts. Remember, Pluto and Mercury are in a square. So do your homework, do your research about your portfolio, who is managing your money. I think maybe you need to revise and maybe change somebody like that, or whatever is happening with your partner's money as well. Okay, I just feel this is going to be a lot about money and other people's, taking your money, spending on other, it's about, full moons are usually involve other people as well. So I think this is the topic here. Yes, that's for Aries. Yeah. Okay. I hope you get your money in order. I think that's important, to get your finances in order with this full moon. Release something that is not working for you financially anymore, and start something new. Mars is in the fifth house of creativity, so think maybe in a creative ways you can maybe get your money. Okay, legal, of course. Everything needs to be legal. Okay, Taurus risings. So this is of course very important for you because this is happening in your first house. So this is always, when it's a first and seventh house axis, it's all about relationships. So this will definitely, there might be some surprising revelations about your partner. And Juno is there. So I would say, if you, this is specifically for those Taurus risings who are in a long-term relationships, or they're married, or they are in a committed relationships. You might likely be the most affected by this full moon for breakups. Okay. It can also, I know you don't like change. I know that you don't like the things to be to change without your consent, or if you're not initiating them. Um, but this might be something sudden, something unexpected, something shocking that will shake up your world, I have to say. Especially also, it's related to your home because Mars is in the fourth house. So this, everything that comes up, it can really, it's connected with where you live. Maybe there's a situation that, because maybe just your partner is changing a job and you have to move. Maybe that's a shock. That's it. Maybe it doesn't have to be traumatic. It doesn't have to be traumatic in a way that you are going to experience a breakup with your partnerships. But it's related with your home. So maybe you need to move. Maybe there's there's a unfortunate situation that something happens that you need to relocate, and it probably will involve situation a partner is experiencing. Okay, this can be a romantic partner, this can be a business partner, as I always mentioned. This could be your clients, all one-on-one relationships. Seventh house is also about legal matters. I know the ninth house is courts and justice, but the seventh house is about if you have any disputes, contract disputes, money disputes, any kind of legal matters in the court, they might come to an end now, and it might be shocking, surprising results that you didn't expect. So that's also something, maybe for good or for bad, we don't know, right? With Uranus, you never know. But yes, so there's a possibility if you are having any of those situations. I think Juno is playing also a role here. Yeah, I'm going to talk to Leanne about her book of Juno. Venus is all about romance and love and everything else. Juno is the one who sticks and cleans your your dirty laundry and stuff. So think about people who are here in your life for better or for worse. Definitely some people who know everything about you, not just romantic part of you as well, right? So I think it's something about that for Tauruses. This will be hugely, impacted, especially if you have something between 19 and 25 degrees of Taurus, right? So, yeah. Anyway, so I think the ones who are born at the last decade of Taurus will be most affected by this. Okay. True, Geminis. Let's see what is happening for you. Okay. I mean, it's going to be important for you just because Mercury is squaring Pluto, right? Not squaring. Mercury is going to be in Taurus, yes, by the time we talk about this. Yeah. So, Geminis, you definitely need to watch out the way your communications will be extremely important, that you don't get into arguments, debates, disputes. It can affect your mental health a lot. I think this is about mental health for you, and just a nervous system, calming your nervous system down. Um, just See, Mars is also in the third house of communication, so there's a lot of actions happening in your communications house. Mercury is squared Pluto. It is about, I feel that if you can avoid for a couple of days before, a couple of days after, any major decision making, any major discussion making, this can really affect your health. The moon is in your sixth house. And just like Aries, you also don't have anything in common with Scorpionic energy, and you don't kind of understand it. I would say even you're even opposite a lot, because Scorpio is all about depth, and Gemini is very easy peasy, more on a superficial side. They don't go very deep into analyzing things and doing things. This moon, it's about. So I feel that what are you doing on your daily basis to regulate your nervous system? What are you doing? What are your routines? What does your everyday look like? Are you going too fast? Are you moving too fast? Is your brain working all the time? Can you sleep? This can affect your sleep. Yeah, I think you definitely 100%. So you need to take care of your mental health, your sleep pattern, find a way to regulate it, your nervous system, find a way to calm yourself down. It's going to be very hard to calm your mind around this full moon for Geminis. Mars is also in the third house. There's going to be a constant need to communicate everything, because you have constantly to communicate everything, and this is even more highlighted. So it's going to be like a struggle within you, how to watch out for your mental health. You don't think when you're going through something, it's very fast, and then you're gonna feel the consequences later. So avoid communications. Try to meditate, regulate your system, go to sleep more, rest more. Very important. Very important. You sleep more, rest more. Journal. Read a book in silence. Spend some time in solitude. And don't get into arguments. Very important. Yeah, especially there's going to be also in traffic. I think you can go really crazy and angry in traffic. So make sure that you don't do that. On a positive note, this can be really good for writing your thoughts down, writing your dreams down, writing your ideas, to putting them in place, to removing the ones that you just clean up your bucket list of ideas and thoughts that you're having, and that can be a good thing for this. Or just implement a new daily routine that will help you with your mental health. Cancer risings. Okay. Cancers, this is is always very important, because any lunation is your ruler. This is happening in your fifth house, so there might be some highlights, some nice things happening with your kids. maybe some kind of closure in their lives can happen. Maybe not in yours, but in their lives. Maybe they're ending something. It's a graduation month, right? So for many of you, your kids might get graduate, or they're going to prepare to go to university away from you. So that can be a shocking, right? Cancer rising, they love having their kids around them. So this might be some shocking, revealing news about your kids telling you that, oh, we are leaving the house, we are moving away, we are going, to be with our friends or something. So that can be hard on you in that sense. It can be also about money matters and spending money. Also, kids, you're gonna, with Mars now speeding through your second house, you're gonna feel like you have a tendency to spend more money as well. On an inner level, it's again, some of your projects or something that you're working on can come to fruition. So you might get rewards. Sun is in the house of communities, so there you might be some kind of acknowledgement from the groups and communities you're involved with. That's one of the things, a positive output. Yeah, it can also be. I don't like that very much, but fifth house is also about your romantic love life, about dating, about having fun. Juno is also there, so it might, it's for some of you who are casually dating. You might heard some surprising news and decide if you want to continue dating that person or not, or you might just find out that the person is married or already committed to somebody else. I'm just making up scenarios, but it's a possibility. Yeah, remember, this can also be a very like you can use your discernment at this moment to see some information, something that you find out can make you help better decisions regarding your creativity, regarding maybe if you're self-employed, or regarding your dating life or your kids. So this can be a thing, right? So you could just be now with, even maybe if you don't like what you hear or what happens here, it may help you with bringing long-term stable decisions for the future. Okay, so you will, as I said, this full moon is a survival moon, so we all going to survive for whatever happens. Okay, and you might, and this, yeah, I think this is mostly going to be about your creativity and how you deal with it. Yeah, I'm just thinking, what else? Yeah, I mean, a Scorpio and Cancers are in a good position with each other, in a easy flow of energy, so you kind of understand each other. So that's a lovely thing. It's just that Juno is so close to this moon in the fifth house. Yeah, there might be some, long-term situations that are going to change. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I was going to say Pluto Mercury square. Yeah. Arguments with your friends can occur as well. Or maybe just some, because Pluto is in the 8th house here, squaring Mercury in the 11th. There can be some research that you can do. Something that will help you, maybe something online or some networking or connecting with right people that can help you with your creative projects. Maybe that's a positive outcome for this lunation as well. Let's see what happens. I think we are all going to hear or experience some kind of shock. It's going to be, what is happening in the world, I think, in our lives as well. I think we're going to just be surprised by this full moon. I don't know why. I really, really feel like we're going to be surprised. Okay, Leos. Oops. Another fixed sign, so that's also very important. Mars is now in your first house, so you definitely will have more stamina, more physical energy. You want to be more active. And this lunation is happening in your home and career axis. So there is definitely, I feel, something's happening within your home and your career. There might be some, like you are at a good position to release things that are not working no longer. They're not working for you anymore. Okay. Um, yes. So also the fourth house is about where we're coming from. It's our foundation, it's our family, it's our childhood. So there I do see a possibility that you hear something, some maybe some shocking things that were related to your home and where you're coming from, or maybe from your parents, or something that was happening before. You might hear some things. um, there some changes can happen in your career as well, um, because sun is, you're ruled by the sun. Uranus is sun is approaching Uranus, so when this is going to be exact, and I think this sun Uranus are gonna happen exact end of May. Just give me a second. So it's going to happen end of May, no, in the mid May. Sun Uranus. Why am I mentioning? Oh yeah, on the May 17th. So this is the lunation is on the 12th, and Sun and Uranus are going to meet 5 days later. So there's definitely something approaching, something happening in your career, and the way people perceive you. It's going to be very strong. Very interesting. I think you're gonna. There might be some change of course. Maybe you're gonna get fired, or you're gonna change your job, and this is also related to long-term stability later. So although it's going to be maybe a shocking change, I think you can push through it because Mars is in your first house. Mars in the first house can make you more aggressive as well. So make sure that you don't react to the whatever is happening in the worst possible manner. Try to keep your cools. Okay. I think you're going to be shaken up a little bit, to be honest, but yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, very interesting for you. I hope everything, all these things that I'm saying, it can go this way or that way, right? With Uranus, we never know if it's going to be good or bad. I don't think it's going to be as bad as we feel it maybe coming up. I think it's just going to be something new, and then we need to kind of adjust ourselves to it. But we're gonna, I think it's going to be good for the long-term things. I think lots of things that are happening, all these changes that are happening now are not pleasant, but we'll see how it goes for the long term. Yeah. Okay, Leos, Virgos. Virgos, just like Geminis, they shouldn't come into any arguments. So Mercury is also here, and Pluto is here. Just take a little bit of water. Okay. Virgo risings. I'm wondering because the third house, we think about the third house, house of communication, how we express ourselves, but it's also about trade. It's about contracts. It's Mercury. It's a Gemini mercurial house, right? So this can also reveal some things. Oh yeah, hello, misbehaving. Yes, you're in time. Hi, welcome. You're in time. Yeah. So this can, Juno is about long-term committed things. So this can also affect, and I'm thinking because it's in the third and the ninth house situation, it's about maybe you're learning something, maybe you're getting a certificate, getting that PhD, getting that, whatever master's degree or whatever that you are maybe pursuing. It is about expressing yourselves. Research comes up to mind. I think you need to spend more time researching, going into more depth in whatever you're doing, more analyzing. if you want to really finish what you started, if you for long-term stability, you need to do more research. Mars is in the 12th house, so you might feel lots of restlessness. I think just like Geminis, you might not sleep very well with Mars in the 12th ruling this. So I think you might like some sleep for this full moon. Mercury is in the 9th house, so I think your everything that you're doing at the moment around this lunation is connected with expanding your mind and horizons. And there can be also some shocking revelations about your teachers or mentors or whoever, if you're a spiritual person and you're practicing your religion, for example, it can be about some shocking news about your spiritual leaders as well. So that could be very interesting. I would also, as I said, communication will be the key for this, because we might just be very hurt by the words we say. And Pluto coming from the 6th to the 9th, the square, it can be, don't argue in the languages you don't know nothing about. From the 9th house, okay, with the foreigners. Nevertheless, use this energy for deep, profound research. If you have any type of contracts that are no longer working, it's good time to break them. With Juno retrograde in Scorpio in your 3rd house, you can break those contracts. You don't need to oblige to them. If that's a good thing. And Venus is in the 8th, I think, with Neptune there. We'll see how this transforms, a lot of transforming energy. Focus, make long-term plans, and do some research. You need to use this energy to learn the truth. To learn the truth, you need to do some research. Okay, it's not going to be out there for you. Virgos. Okay. Libra risings. I'm going to remove this. Too many things. Libra risings. Let's see. Okay. This definitely, just like I mentioned for Aries, this is very similar with you. With the moon being in your 2nd house of money and values, I think you will, reevaluate some things that you have that you possess, but also you're going to reevaluate yourself as well. You can reevaluate your financial contracts. You can reevaluate. Why am I talking reevaluation? Because I just feel that this might bring some things money-wise as well. And Mars is coming from the 11th house, so if you're involved with charities, with environmental issues, with some groups of people that you're working with, there might be some situation coming up from there as well. Some actions that will prompt you. Maybe they want money from you, or you might actually find out that somebody took money from you on a false pretenses. That can happen with the Scorpio energy. I'm thinking, with Juno being in the 2nd house as well. What are you looking as a long-term for your long-term commitment to yourself and your value system? What is that you are willing to commit yourself long-term to resolve some money situations as well? Venus is in the 7th house of partners, along with Neptune, very closely for this lunation. So definitely you're going to feel more romantic. There's romance in the air for you, and you might be disillusioned by this romantic endeavors from others that you forget. They might, I don't know why I feel that, this is not a bad lunation, but still be careful when other people ask money from you. I just feel that you don't give money to others. You might be shocked. I don't know. I just have a sense. This I can't really explain this. When I look at this configuration, I just feel that you might be so mesmerized by and by people even more. You want to be liked, you want to be loved, and then you might give more of material things to others than you are willing to. The Scorpio moons always encourage us to work on our trust issues. Don't question everything. Question everything. Don't just blindly trust the other person. You need to be a little bit more of skeptic with Scorpio. So be a little bit more skeptic about others in this case, because I think you're going to be really feeling very romantic with Neptune and Venus together in your seventh house. And this is about money. And so, what is the long-term things that you need to do? Put the money aside as well. With the Mars in the 11th house, it's a house of hopes and dreams. It's also a house of retirement money. So maybe you need to think about that. Maybe you need to, think about how you're going to live when you stop working. And, anyway, so there's a lot of money, I think, feelings. And you maybe are not going to see the importance of money at this moment. Okay. Yeah, so that's why we need to talk about it. So Mercury and Pluto. Yeah, you might feel very passionate. I think with Venus being in your seventh house, I think you are feeling more passionate. You're not thinking straight, let's say, right? With you're just anyway. Watch your money. That's my that can be. But you could also do something. You could also have a financial advisor, just like I said for Tauruses. There's when these lunations hit your money houses, it's always a great opportunity to revise. Where is your money going? How is the money coming in from which resources? Where is the money going out? And are you managing it okay, or do you need help with it? Okay, that's what I'm gonna highlight for you. And you might be more gullible than you would like to be. So make sure that you don't give money to others. Scorpios. Okay, so this is happening. This is your moon. This is your moon. It's all about you. When there is a full moon in one of the signs, it's all about that sign. So it is a partnership situation for you as well. Yes, there may be some situations coming from your partners that are going to shake you, but they will break you. You're a Scorpio, so that's the thing. There might be, I think you also might experience more breakups than anybody else with Uranus in the seventh house, with the sun opposing the moon in your first, and Juno. So there is a situation that you might experience if you are in some long-term relationship or marriages. You might experience a breakup. But remember, long-term, it's going to be better because you will survive this and find something as well better than this. Mars is coming from the 10th house. So there is a connection of what is happening in this lunation with your work and your career. There's some things going on. It's a very fast Mars in your 10th house. Lots of things are happening. And there might be some revelations as well with your clients or your business partners. I also feel that with this moon and Juno together in the first house, you might feel more emotional than usual, and you are already very emotional. So you might take everything personally, too much. I think you're going to take a lot of things too personally that are not even regarding you. I think that's what might happen as well. So the only thing for Scorpios is because when you get hurt, if you get hurt, you might make some drastic decisions regarding, and don't go into a vindictive mode and payback, because you're going to pay the price at the end. So that's very important. Try to find the inner strength if anything happens, like in a positive way. Somebody can suddenly come into your life unexpectedly and you fall in love, and this is the right person. That's on a positive note, right? Venus is in the 6th house, so maybe somebody you know from work or somebody who you know from your everyday life. That's very positive. It's also a great time to like go through your own BS and see, what do you want to deal with, what you don't want to deal with anymore. Especially with Juno there, it has to be something, maybe you need to let go of some people as well. You have hard time of letting go, just like Taurus. You want to clinch to things. So maybe this is a time that you need to let go of some people that are, that things are not working. Maybe you need to accept that things are not as they are, that they are not working anymore as you would like them to, and you need to let them go. And it's going to hurt because you don't like to let go of things, but especially people, not things, people. I mean, and it's going to be emotionally going through turbulence. But in a positive note, there could be a lot of creative movement, creative changes in your workplace. We'll see. This is definitely going to affect you. I'm just wondering if any of you guys are listening, tell me how this happened for you. I'm very curious to know. Okay, Sag rising. Let's see. I'm going to put, so I know Jupiter is squaring Saturn, and Jupiter is your ruler. So there is because the moon is in the 12th house. I also feel that you might feel restless and that you won't be able to sleep as well. So the importance when the lunation happens in the 12th house is to take time to reflect on things, to take time to be by yourself in a solitude, and just think things through and reflect on what happened before. And Mars is in the 9th, so there's a lot of things going on. Like I think you, as especially your Sagittarius rising, I think with Mars in your 9th house, you just want to go travel and explore the world and expand your knowledge and horizons and just have no care in the world and just be free. And I think it's going to be even more highlighted now. Jupiter is in your 7th house. You want to share that experience with somebody in your life. So there's lots of things going on there in your life in general. But this particular lunations, I think because it's going to reveal some hidden enemies with Juno there. If you have any, they might come to the surface and they showcase themselves, or just a lot of things, maybe something in your subconscious that you were not aware of. You might just have like a sudden, because Uranus is sudden awakener, you might have just sudden realization of, oh my God, this is it, coming from your subconscious to your conscious mind. That can really, really happen with this one. Watch out, regulate your nervous system as well. Uranus in the 6th house can, just watch out, stretch more and make sure that your nerves are in order. So I think you need to do some stretching, literally physical stretching, and sleep more. I think that's what it's happening here a lot. I really don't think it's a bad lunation for you, but I do feel that that sudden things can happen at your workplace that will maybe shock you, and then you might be really surprised, and then I think maybe some people from work become come alive as hidden enemies, or from everyday work. I don't know. I don't think it's not a bad lunation for you. I think after this you're gonna be more aware of the situations around you, and you will be definitely going to be able to make better decisions. I think the each thing is here that you really, really want to move forward and just be free and explore the world, and kind of it's not there yet. Okay, so just be kind of patient. Yeah, Jupiter is still squaring Saturn. It's going to be the final square out of 3. It's going to happen in June. I think after that you're going to be feeling much better. But I think because they were in squares the last year for the 3 times, yeah, you kind of felt restricted for being who you are the last whole year. Okay, but on the other hand, with discipline, that's why it's very important you kind of find some discipline here, self-discipline, to get the best results. Not the most pleasant thing for Sag risings, but the necessary thing at the moment. Okay. Oh, hi, Damien. Thank you for being here. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for sharing the knowledge there. You're welcome. I'm so happy and glad that you enjoyed these videos. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna use this chance to tell everybody, please like, subscribe, share. It helps me grow and to share this beautiful language of astrology with others. Okay, let's go and see the Capricorns. I'm going to put Saturn here. And yes, I like this for Capricorns because Saturn is actually trining this moon. So there is some kind of inner strength coming for Capricorns. And I think this will bring stability in their lives. Yes, it will. Both Scorpio and Capricorns have in common the determination and persistence, right? They are both, I think, survivors. These ones are climbers. They are, they're climbing and, surviving by reaching the top, and Scorpio is just surviving through traumas and crises. So they both have this survivor instinct in them. So I think it's a good thing. Saturn is in a good position here for this lunation. It's also conjunct Ceres. I didn't mention Ceres before, but they are just not even like 10 minutes apart. So Ceres is about our nurture, how we nurture ourselves. So I think this new moon can bring some elements of nurturing as well. Taurus and Scorpio do nurture us. It's, money does nurture us in a way, or this intimacy. So there is something as well here with Capricorns that they will gain from this lunation. Okay, so it's happening in their 11th house. I know Juno is there. It's in Scorpio. She's retrograde. This will highlight some of your topics regarding your friends. Who are your friends? And what kind of community are you building? It could also be about your internet and social media presence as well. So this can reveal some of these things. Maybe some people will showcase their own what they really feel and think about you as well. That can be really highlighted here. Juno in the 11th. I think revising maybe some of the online groups you're on, not physical, but online. How many groups are you part of? Why? Are they the true groups that you can really feel intimately connected with? So I think that you might need to, maybe some of the things will come to the spotlight. You need to release some of them. Full moon is about releasing some of these. Maybe you need to clean up your social media accounts. Who are you following? Why? So those kind of things. I think maybe to do some kind of cleanup on your social media and on your just online presence. That maybe it's time to let some of the things go. Yes, some shocks will come maybe from if you have children, or if you're dating casually, there might be some also revelations there and shocking things. And some changes and surprises maybe in your kid's life, or maybe if you have self-employed, some things might change there as well. Mars is in your 8th house. So there is connection between the 8th and the 11th in this case. So, I think you need to see who your true friends are, who you can trust. Who do you trust? With Mars in the 8th, is Mars in the eighth looks for trust and for this deeper connection on a physical level as well. So yes, you might really want to be more physically active and on an intimate department with Mars there ruling this moon. Sun is in the fifth house of creativity. You might create babies if you want one, or some creative projects as well. Yes, I think you're in a good position with this lunation. I think because Saturn is strong. I mean, he's still in Pisces, but he's there with Ceres, and he's approaching Neptune. I think, yeah, he's trining this moon. I think you're in a very, very good position. Capricorns to revise many things and embrace the change in the most positive way. Yes, I mean, all this thing, all this lunation is very passionate. So, where are your passions? What are you passionate about? You know, what kind of collective goals are you passionate about? What kind of, you know? So, I think you should focus on where is your passion and follow that path regarding your hobbies or communities or creativity. Just follow your passion, and you can go deep and research with Mars in the eighth. And yeah, yeah, and Saturn is in the third still, just for here, just a little bit more longer. So it still gives you that stamina and discipline and focus to express yourself, maybe through written word or some other things as well. I actually like this for Capricorns. For some reason, I think this is, yeah, I like that. I like it. I like this lunation for you. Okay, Aquarius. Oh, right. I don't need. Oh, I'll leave this. I leave this. Aquarius. Okay, let's see what is happening. Yeah, this is the last of the fixed signs. So as I mentioned, fixed signs are definitely impacted by this lunation. Just like for Leos, this is also going to be affecting your career and your home life. I just feel that some shocks will come from your home environment. What is happening in your home, some instability maybe, so some sudden changes might occur, and they're going to reflect your work and career. Uranus is a modern ruler of Aquarius, and Uranus is opposing this moon. So there is a push-pull back situation here. I don't feel that you might really enjoy this lunation as much, just because it will bring like unnecessary complications. That's what I feel like. Yes, you can embrace the change. I know you are innovative, you're futuristic, you are really good with embracing the unknown future, the new things. But I think you are not ready maybe for this, or this is not going to be under your terms, and it might be really hard emotionally, like it's going to have some impacts. And I'm putting this emphasis on Juno a lot, because there's also Uranus Juno opposition at this point, and this means definitely some breakups as well. Maybe professional breakups. Maybe you are going to change jobs that you didn't want to. Maybe it's going to be some sudden new offers, long-term offers. Right? It doesn't have to be on the bad side. I just feel that you are not in control for this lunation. I think things are going to happen outside of your control, and they're going to bring instability, like extreme things now. And you might feel more feelings than you usually do. That's what I feel. I think maybe it's going to be overwhelming emotionally, because you're pretty good at discerning emotions from logic and making some clear common sense decision. I think this lunation will shake that up a little bit, and I think you're going to be kind of in a sense of out of control, because lots of surprising things will happen, and it's going to be emotionally maybe extreme on you this time, because it's in the 10th house. It's very visible, it's very out there, and with the full moons, there's always opposition, other person involved, other people, external circumstances that will make you feel this. And as I mentioned at the beginning, Pluto Mercury square this will bring some, hard conversations, not easy. So yeah, it's coming from first and the fourth, maybe some disputes in your home, something about your home that will be very disrupted, that will change the pace that you set for yourself, the pace that you had like a you kind of had an idea where what is going on, and this will change everything. So yeah, I think it's going to be harder for you maybe than for others, um, just because Uranus is a modern ruler of you, and it's so close with the sun. You might feel really like maybe you are the ones who want to break free, and other people won't be happy. It could be that situation as well. Mars is in the seventh house of partners. So you might really you make some changes, in your seventh house of partnerships. You really, Mars is finally out of his shadow. He's going fast forward. He's in Leo. He is brave. He wants to do things, and maybe you're the ones who want to break free from your obligations, work and home. Maybe there's a situation. So how are others going to? Maybe you need to be careful not to hurt somebody. Okay, not thinking about other people's feelings, or somebody got hurt out of this situation. So just be aware of that. That yeah, and yeah, I would avoid any major decision making during this time if it's possible, because things are going to change anyway, and you need to be flexible, and that maybe you're going to have trouble with being flexible about this. But wherever your passion is, you need to pursue it, even if it means breaking up, even if it means starting over. Yes, just do it in a way that you don't hurt anybody or nobody hurts you. Okay, even if you need to break free and start following your passions, you might probably will. You know. Okay. Good luck, Pisces. My dear Pisces. I think, yeah. I think all the mutable signs had actually an issue with Jupiter being in Gemini. Usually, when Jupiter, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius, Jupiter rules Pisces, and it was in Gemini. And anyway, because Jupiter was squaring Saturn twice last year, and the third time is coming in June. A lot of the the luck that was supposed to come from Jupiter didn't, because of the square with Saturn, and that's why it was it was a hard year, to be honest, really hard year for all the mutable signs. And I know, I think Pisces will really feel it the most when Saturn also goes to Aries end of the month on the 24th. Neptune is already there, so they're going to feel like really free, because this is really hard on them, to be honest. Last was really hard on them. Anyway, let's talk about this lunation. But it's important because Jupiter is ruling, and it's squaring Saturn for this lunation as well. Not an easiest one, just because the ruler is not happy. Okay. But this lunation is this is something also about your spirituality and your belief system and your philosophies and what is happening there. Are you committed, not committed? Many of these things can come to light that will maybe change your perception of your beliefs, that may change perception of your desire to travel, to connect with foreigners, to explore the world. If you are in any kind of relationship with a foreigner or with foreign business, or you have contacts with foreigners, this may come to an end or not, whatever. But with Juno there, I sense it, or there may be a start of something new. But I think it's a full moon, so I would think that it's going to be a release energy of all of this. Definitely. Mars is coming from the sixth house, so you need to take care of your health, especially your heart, your blood circulation systems, everything that it's connected with, just check it. Just be very aware of that, because Mars is going here and it's creating all of this, and just be aware of your health at this moment. Definitely some shocking news that you're gonna be the first to hear them, with the Uranus in your third house. So unexpected, shocking, surprising news, or things that are happening, or even maybe with your siblings or in your local neighborhood. So just watch out what's happening around you. Maybe there's some surprises as well. Yeah, I do feel that. How can you empower yourself with this? You know what? Scorpio wants intimate, deep relations. So find your attitudes toward your beliefs are going to be questioned here. So you need to maybe release some of the old beliefs coming from some other places that are not aligned with your passions, with your lives, with your. So this is that number one topic, and it's strong. We talk about this. Oh, I believe in this. I believe in that. Beliefs are very, very strong and very, very powerful. And avoid any disputes and arguments about your belief system with others. With Pluto square Mercury. Mercury is also in your third house. I kindly suggest that you dismiss any kind of arguments. Don't try to convince others to believe what you believe in. That's also very important for this. You need to kind of open your mind a little bit and see other people's perspectives. See what is maybe there is something else. So let's be open. Remember I told that the Sabian symbol is a bunny metamorphosed into a fairy, transforming basic instincts and reframing animal instincts. This is exactly what you need to kind of do, Pisces. That's especially for you. Very, very important, I feel. Very, very important. If you have any health concerns whatsoever, it's time to see a doctor. Yes, please. Any concerns? Because Sun is ruling your sixth house of health, and it's with Uranus. It can be unexpected and shocking, and Mars is there. So please, don't be Pisces. Don't say, oh, never mind. Don't try to resolve everything with holistic methods. Sometimes it's not enough. I'm a huge holistic user for everything, but sometimes we need to see practical medicine person, right? So this is really health. This is health related for you, I feel, and as well. So make sure that don't disregard. Don't be Pisces and say, oh, it's not important or whatever. You need to be kind of realistic with this one. Okay. Yes, please. Okay. I think that's it. It's been an hour and a half. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you, everybody. I hope this was useful. Again, please like, subscribe, share with others. Coming up next week, I won't be here. I'm taking a week off for filming. I'm working on my speech that I'm going to have for ESAR on June 15th. The Art of Strategical Thinking, when Mercury meets Pallas Athena. That's going to be my topic. So check it out in the below, in the section below, in the description below. Also, the week after, I'm going to have 2 lives on the 16th. It's going to be, I'm going to have 2 separate guests. We're going to talk about Gemini season and about the vocational astrology. So tune in for that as well. The best way to do is just subscribe to my channel and make a notification. You'll get notified when I do my lives. Thank you very much. Have a great full moon. Have a great weekend ahead. This weekend is beautiful. We are having moon in Leo. So it's always very fun and creative. So I hope you have a very, very good weekend ahead.